Midnight Chef here. Tonight we're going to do some lemon curd. Now, curd is a fabulous little thing. It's a lot like pudding. It's kind of like a pudding or a custard, but it's different from custard because it's a lot smoother and a lot of times it's a lot richer too. Now, we have all kinds of curds. We have lemon curd, lime curd, grapefruit, orange, tangerine. There's even like cranberry curds. There are all kinds of curds, right? And so really it's just, you know, a pudding made with citrus, most of the time citrus. I mean, I've even seen mango curd, right? But it's just eggs. The citrus suspended in eggs, and it's a lot, and you end up with it being a lot like, here, let me get something out here. You end up with it being a lot like, what am I trying to say? Like sabayon, right? That you make hollandaise with, something similar to that, right? So you're gonna cook something in the eggs, and then you're gonna use that to thicken the eggs without actually cooking them all the way to scrambled, right? Which means that you do have a fear of them scrambling, so you do have to be a little bit careful. So right now, first off, we're gonna start with a third of a cup of lemon juice. I've got these beautiful Meyer lemons that I picked off my tree just this afternoon. By me, I mean I had the boy go do it. I'll do this. I'm going to get my reamer. Hey, I've got my reamer. And so I'll just ream these guys out like that. You need a third of a cup for this recipe. Now, classically, they used to make lemon curd in really, really small amounts because it doesn't keep very well because of the eggs and, you know, refrigeration and whatnot. You can get it commercially, but to me, the commercial lemon curd is a lot like commercial ricotta. It's just not that good. So, and it's so incredibly easy to make, it's ridiculous to not make it on your own. So I'm going to stop there because I need a third of a cup, and that looks really close. It's hard to say exactly how many lemons it'll take every time, right? When you don't know how juicy the lemons are going to be. So I got to fill this guy up, which means get a little passer and take the seeds out, right? So I'll do this. Now, one thing a lot of the cooking shows don't do is they don't show you their prep. They show you how easy it is to put stuff together. Now this is going to end up being more. Wow, that's good. So they don't show you a lot of the prep, so you don't really know how long it takes to make something. So that's one of the reasons why I like to do most of my prep in front of you, right? Okay, so now I need 2 eggs, but while I'm getting the eggs ready, I'm going to start heating up my lemon juice. So I'll put it over here in my pan. Turn on my... There we go. Now I'm going to turn this nice and low because I'm going to be messing with these eggs for a couple minutes, and I don't want my lemon juice to boil. Can you get me a small mixing bowl? Sure. Over there. So I don't want my stuff to boil. I just want it to be hot.
The smallest one.
Oh, that'll be fine. Even though I hate that clang, 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 clang.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I need 2 eggs and 1 yolk. So.
See if this fixes it. Nope.
Nope.
I was going to be so clever, too.
I know, right? So for my yolk, I'm going to separate it into a bowl here. Don't throw that white away. You're going to make eggs in the morning.
Throw the white in with him.
There we go. And my extra yolk. There we are. Now, I need half a cup of sugar, which I will get from up here. And this is one of those things where you don't want to put the entire thing of sugar in at once. So this is a 1/4 cup measure, so I need 2 of these. If you put it in all at once, then you'll be, what am I trying to say? You'll dry out the eggs too much and they won't be able to accept all the sugar. So I'm going to loosen them up here. I'm going to put in 1 thing of sugar here. Stir that around nice and hard. And then once it's incorporated, then I can go ahead and put the other thing of sugar in. There we go. And that's half a cup. And now I stir this guy in. Now I want to stir this as much as I can until the sugar dissolves. It's going to make it easier in the pan. So you see, nothing special going on here. Lemon curd is so incredibly easy to make. You just the biggest secret is don't cook it too fast and know when to take it off. Now what I like to do is I'll put my finger in there. I still feel a little bit of grain. And if you get a little bit of grain, it's not that big of a deal, guys. It'll mostly cook out when you put it in the pan. Because you know, sugar turns into a liquid when it's hot, right? But dissolving it a lot in here makes for a really super velvety texture when you put it in there. Now, let me see. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. So I've got this still heating up. I've got one more thing to do. Now, these are the kinds of things that you need to have done ahead of time. I need 2 tablespoons of butter, and I need it to be cold. I just took this out of the fridge because it's going to help stop the cooking when it's done. So I'm going to take that. Those are about 2 tablespoons. Save that one over here, and then I'm going to cut these into little squares because once I get this thing going, I can't stop. And once I need to stop the cooking, I need to stop the cooking, right? I can't let it sit there for, 40 seconds or 60 seconds while I screw around with the butter. And I'm going to need a tablespoon for the cream. There we go. Okay, now I am prepped, and I need this guy right here. Now we're going to do what's called tempering. I believe this is probably hot enough. I'll turn it up just a hair. Feel it? Yep, it's hot. Okay, so we're going to do what's called tempering.
How hot is hot enough?
Not boiling, but really hot. Too hot for your finger. Right? Okay. That's just the lemon juice. We just heated up. So, by tempering, I'm going to pour this in here slowly. If I pour it in all at once, I'm going to scramble my eggs, especially if my lemon came to a boil. If your lemon came to a boil, let it sit for a minute or two, right? There we go. There we go. You just want to raise the temperature of the eggs slowly. So I got that. Come over here. Back in the pan because I still have to cook it.
And that's on low.
Yeah, it's on low. There we go. I'll just put that right there. Now, this is one of those things you really can't stop moving. You just have to gently stir it the whole time. If you don't, you're going to mess up. You're going to walk away for 2 seconds too long, and you're going to come back and you're going to have lemon-flavored scrambled eggs, which will be fabulous, but not really lemon curd, right?
Sweet lemon-flavored scrambled eggs.
Right. Now, while we're doing this, let's talk about what we would use lemon curd for. Good God, what are you not going to use it for? You can...
A degreaser?
Okay.
There's one.
So, you can use it as a straight-up pudding. You can use it as a tart filling. You can use it as the layer in a lemon cake. You can put it on waffles and pancakes. When we give this to the boys, they don't even say the word syrup. We put it on French toast. You can put it on waffles. Oh my God, it would be a fabulous, fabulous lemon eclair filler. So you can put it straight on toast. All kinds of things. So you see here, I'm still stirring. Now, when is this done?
When is it done?
Bring that back, and I'll show you what we're looking at now. You see how when I stir this around now, how it just kind of sloshes around? It's done when I can draw this and I can see a parting, when I can see the bottom. Right, so it'll stay parted for that long. But right now you can see I don't get anything, right?
Sure.
But it's starting, right, because I can start to see the bottom a little tiny bit. So I'm going to take this off and stir it a little bit quicker to get some stuff out. Now, you might have to pass it if you cook it too much and it gets lumps. You'll have to pass it through a fine sieve, right? I usually don't have to pass mine. See that right there?
Yep.
It's done.
I'll turn off the heat.
Yep. And now all I need is someplace to put it. There we go. So now that I've got it here, I stop the cooking with my butter. And I'm going to get my cream ready here in just a second. There we go. So this is going to lower that temperature, right? And that's the only reason to put butter in something like this, is to lower the temperature.
Sure, of course.
That's the only reason to put cream in there, too.
Yeah, I have to lower the temperature of a lot of my foods.
A tablespoon of cream. There we go.
Now you put it in a bowl because I'm ready to eat it.
That's right. Now look at how lovely smooth that is. See, that's the texture you want. Right there. If you overcook it and you get some actual curds in your curd, right? Just pass them out. Take them through a fine sieve. And now, the only other thing I need is just a tiny bit of vanilla. I'm going to grab that right here.
Here is one example of a fine sieve.
Yes, and that is a mighty fine sieve. Here we go. Just a touch. You don't want to put too much, but here you go. I'd say that's probably about
eighth of a teaspoon?
Something like that, I guess.
Maybe a quarter.
Quarter of a teaspoon, probably. There we go. Alrighty. This beautiful. And look what we have when it's done. Bring it over here. What I have when it's done when I do this, it cleans the bottom, but it fills in. But it has to clean the bottom first. See how beautiful that is?
Mm-hmm.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous texture. Mm-hmm. Super, super lemony. This will set not like Jell-O, but like a nice medium thick pudding. So it'll be very, very spreadable. Let me get rid of that. So now when you store this...
Here's just a tiny bit left that's set. And you can see that it's kind of like frosting. A little bit.
Loose frosting. So when you store this, especially this first time, you need to store it under plastic wrap, sealed, right? So let me show you what I mean. Let me get this right here. Now some of you guys may notice that everything I do, I scrape something off with my fingers, alright? I'll lick it and then scrape. I'm cooking for my family. I don't have cooties. I don't cook in a restaurant anymore, right? So, you know, if I touch something with my fingers and then put it in my mouth and then put it back in the food, nobody's going to complain, right? Do what you feel is best for your family, but I don't have cooties, so, yep, that's what I need. And besides, in a restaurant, you'd be surprised how many chefs touch your food and then touch something else and then touch your food again. It's awfully nice for people to be all... It's a nice soundbite for people to be all stuck up in, you know, in writing and online and whatnot, but in practice it happens all the time. So here, can you see the thing?
No.
There you go. So just make sure that when you pat this down and set it flush on top of the pudding, or you'll get a film developed on the top of it.
It's not pudding, it's curd.
So there you go. This goes in the fridge. See, it's not even all that hot anymore after the stuff. It can go straight in the fridge. This is beautiful stuff. It's strong, citrusy, it's fresh tasting, and it's easy as hell. 2 eggs, 1 yolk, 1/3 of a cup of lemon, a tablespoon of cream, 2 tablespoons of butter.
Half a cup of sugar.
Half a cup of sugar. I knew I was forgetting something. I was like, there's something really big I'm forgetting. Boy, could you imagine leaving the sugar out? You're like, oh!
You didn't even put any salt in there, did you?
No, I didn't, and I meant to.
Ah, well.
So,
tiny pinch of salt.
Tiny pinch of salt, yeah. I usually do. getting back in the groove of doing the videos. Again,
that's
right?
okay. We can mix it.
It'll be fine anyway. And so, oh, and by the way, while we're at it, it only takes a second to clean up your pans. Don't leave the kitchen in a huge mess, because you know, while it's great that you're cooking for your family, nobody's going to want you to cook if they have to spend 45 minutes cleaning up after your crap. So try to do zero footprint cooking as much as you can. And look, in the time that it took me to say it, I'm pretty much done. And the stuff I used for this is clean. So it's not that big a deal, guys. Clean as you go. Zero footprint cooking. You may want to cook for your wife, and then she has to come in here and spend an hour and a half picking up after your crap. She's not ever going to want you to cook for her again. Anyway, there you go. That is lemon curd. We'll see you next time.